بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
You have to look at the whole Quran and the Sunnah to understand it. You cannot come to one single line and say this is what Islam is based on. So what is Islam based on? First of all, marriage is important in Islam. You have to take care of this institution because you have children coming out of it. It's a life. A woman who is divorced has difficulty getting married again. Maybe a man can marry easily, but it's difficult. The supply is far greater than the demand. And this is noticeable and common sense. Now, I have a problem with my wife. And I am assuming she's the aggressor. Because if I'm the aggressor, I have no right even to advise her. I'm the aggressor. I have no right to abandon her. I'm the aggressor. So the ayah, the verse is referring to a situation where the woman is the aggressor and she is not compliant, she is not obedient, she doesn't want life to go on. Islam tells you, advise her. And then abandon her in bed. Do not have any intimacy. And if she does not comply and you think that by spanking her she will go back to the track and she will listen, then do so. One says, Sheikh, yesterday I beat my wife. Why? He said, I gave her advice for a couple of minutes and I abandoned her in bed for 10 minutes and then I beat the hell out of her. I said, you're not a Muslim? A proper Muslim? No. You should advise her for a week, for 2 weeks, for 3 weeks. Keep on preaching her. This is haram. What you're doing is haram. Allah is not happy with you. This doesn't work, abandon her in bed. Don't leave the house, don't kick her out, don't send her to her family. You're both in the same house, you're both in the same bedroom, but give her your back. Don't look at her or give her any kind of feeling that you're attracted to her. The wife will say, Alhamdulillah, I hope he stays like this for a whole year. One month, it may affect her. If this does not help, I did all what I can do, then Islam tells you it's permissible to spank her. Okay, put on your boxing gloves and let's start training. No. How do I beat her? The Prophet said, do not leave a mark. Do not break a bone. Do not shed blood. Do not leave a mark. If I do this, it's going to be red. I can't do this? Yes, you can't. It will leave a mark. Akhi, how would you want me to beat her then? Ibn Abbas says, use the miswak. What kind of, does it inflict pain? Does it? Wallah, if I do like this, it's not painful, but it is not meant to be painful. It is meant to be mental. Into, Ya Allah, all this love that we had, all these beautiful days that we've shared, and now it comes to you, hitting me with a toothbrush, with a miswak? Yes, because you've done something and you have been the aggressor. This, if it doesn't help, then you have to bring someone to counsel between you and her from your family and from her family. And if this does not work, then it's divorce. And hundreds of women, when they know about the miswak, who were divorced, they would say, Wallahi, I'd rather my husband beats me with a miswak rather than being divorced as I am for 3 or 4 years with the kids. So, does Islam promote beating of women? Yes or no? Did the Prophet ﷺ beat one single woman in his life? Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, said, by Allah, the Prophet had never, this is hadith. So you don't understand the Quran without the hadith. She says, by Allah, the Prophet had never beaten a woman, nor a child, unless it was for the cause of Allah in jihad, in fighting. And of course, neither the women nor the children would hold or raise a sword in the face of anyone. So the Prophet had never done this. So if you understand this, you know the role of that in marriage. Now, if we know that a brother domestically abuses his wife and her family are not defending her, it's not your responsibility to go and intervene. You and a bunch of strong guys, guys from the gym, let's go and give him a battering. Let's go and, break a tooth or two. It's not your job. It's the job of the family of the girl. And if they don't want to, it's her job to call the police and get help. But you coming out from outside and you're not related neither to the man and to the girl, and you want to become a law enforcer, this is not permissible in Islam, and it's not even logical. No one would accept this, and Allah knows best. I say in my prayer and in my daily life, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So I follow what the Prophet tells me. So she says, but we would like to go with my girls at college or at uni to Switzerland for skiing. How can they go and I don't go with them? It's haram. Yes, but I want to. Ya akhi or ya ukhti, does everything we wish and hope for or want in this life materializes? Umar ibn Khattab, may Allah be pleased with him, saw one of his sons wanting to buy something. And he said, my son, whenever you desire something, you buy it? This is not life, even if you can afford it. So as a Muslim, I have to comply with my Islam. And I always give this example. My life is a picture. Islam is the frame. So a proper Muslim brings the frame, puts it on his picture, and cuts whatever is out of the frame. So Islam fits like a glove to my life. People nowadays are not happy with this. So they put the frame on the picture, but they find that the picture is far bigger than what Islam really is. So they crack this side and they put, plasters here and try to put glue here. And at the end of the day, you have a distorted frame that does not fit what Allah Azza wa Jal has revealed to the Prophet ﷺ. And Allah knows this. Does women have to wear abaya? What is abaya? It is the jilbab that a sister wears and covers her. It's loose and it's not transparent, and it covers her body. So is she obliged to wear abaya? No. She's obliged to wear what covers her body. But if she wears a tight shirt, as I've seen some of the sisters wearing really tight, real tight, no abaya, nothing, just a shirt and a skirt, and sometimes not a skirt, a trouser. But she covers her head, alhamdulillah, okay, come on, what is this? This is not what Islam promotes. Islam promotes that you cover your whole body so that to protect you. This is not because Islam hates beauty. Islam adores beauty. A Prophet ﷺ said, Allahu jamilun yuhibbul jamal. Allah is beautiful and loves beauty. But what kind of beauty does Allah love? Does Allah love a beauty of a woman in a bikini? Definitely not. This is something too revealing and un-Islamic, and Allah Azza wa Jalla abhors this. But Allah Azza wa Jalla loves the beauty of Iman, and He loves a woman to be beautiful to her mahrams. There's no problem in that, but exposing herself in such a fashion to those who are not lawful for her is not permissible in Islam. So she's allowed to wear whatever covers her body properly. And this can be a jilbab, this can be a abaya, this can be a trench coat that is quite loose and is not showing her figure, etc. Can she show her feet outside of salah? Definitely not. And the consensus of scholars is that she has to cover her feet when she is traveling, when she is in the presence of non-mahram men. Because it reveals a lot. In salah, it's an issue of dispute among scholars, whether it's permissible or not. Some scholars say that it is permissible, providing that it does not put a limit to it. Is it to the ankle or half of the leg? Or can she wear a channel and pray in that? Or is it okay up to the knee? Where is the limit? No scholars give us the limit, but Shaykh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah, may Allah have mercy on his soul, said that it is permissible for her when she's at her house and no non-mahram are present, it is permissible for her to pray with her feet exposed. Some scholars say, no, this is not permissible. She has to cover her feet, but the sole of her foot is permissible when she prostrates. This is permissible because this is something that is negligible. But the what do you call this? The face of her foot? I don't know. Speak to me in Arabic, I can relate. But the top of the foot, while she's standing, no, this has to be covered by either wearing socks or by her long dress. Wearing the niqab depends on your conviction. It is a must to some scholars, and it is not a must, but recommended to others. So depending on what a sister believes, if she believes that, no, I don't have to cover my face, it's okay for her to go out, but she must not wear makeup. She must not put, what do you call it, base makeup and covering her scars and, knife wounds and pimples and whatever. And then she goes out to the street and everybody looks at her, oh, mashallah, she's beautiful. Let her make wudu and leave. No, this is not permissible. She has to be natural, because by putting these things, she's calling people to herself. If you believe that niqab is must, which I do, in this case you have to put it on, whether you are in this society, in Saudi Arabia or wherever. This is a form of protection. And I believe if I wear a woman, I wear the niqab all the time, because I don't have to care about how I'm wearing my hair. I don't have to care about my scar wounds and whatever. Everything is covered, khalas. I easy go and I easy come. But with those sisters who would like to beautify themselves, they spend like half an hour or an hour. Well, this facial expression stuff is, wallahi, too much. Sisters call me on the phone, please go video. I have to see your facial expressions. What is this? It's a question and answer. Why? I have daughters, with the grace of Allah Azza wa Jal, and when I take them to the dentist, I don't speak a word. She herself unveils up to the nose. The doctor says, I'd like to see your face. So that, you're working on my teeth. You're not working on my eyes. So you don't need to do this. Wallah, I don't intervene. It's your teeth, it's your face, you do whatever you want to do. Sisters are aware. So this is what a lot of those who detest, who are agitated by Islam, always come up with, I have to see your face. If I go to a government office and I'd like to speak to a minister, for example, why does he insist on me unveiling? This is my own personal wish to cover my face. Do you have? Does this minister, does this Judas, the guy that works in a jewelry shop, if a woman comes to him with microjobs or miniskirts, does he say, listen, I can see your facial expressions, but I don't want to see any more expressions. Please cover up. Would they accept this? They wouldn't. So, subhanAllah, it has to do with your freedom of speech, what you believe in, what's your conviction. Allah Azza wa Jalla. The brother is asking, is it permissible to have friends with the opposite sex? And the answer is no.